What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video. My name is Charlie, and today we're going to be checking out GRIMSLEY and LIEPARD here. Now, these guys, they're a bit of a mixed bag. We'll check out their stats real quick. So their HP's okay, their attack is middle of the road, I'd say. Defense is okay, but they take a hit on their defense. Their special attack is bad. Don't use their special attack. They have Dark Pulse, but don't use it. It's a three gauge move, but you're not gonna hit nearly as hard with it. The special defense is really good, and speed is top 5 in the game. Like, we need to utilize that while we're building out sync grids for LIEPARD, and bulk is relevant. So what does this mean when I say that their defense is okay, but they take a hit on it? Well, let's scroll down to their moves. Night Slash, which does 40 or 48 depending on how powered up he is. Critical hits land more easily. Snatch, which returns the target's raised stats to normal and raises the user's stats by that amount. So, like, if your opponent lowers their own stats, or if someone from your team lowers the opponent's stats, what this does is it raises those stats back to normal, but it also raises LIEPARD's stats by the same amount. So it's an interesting move to have. All or Nothing, which sharply raises the user's critical hit rate, which is great because of Night Slash. Drastically raises the user's evasiveness, which is going to be useful for their sync grid, and drastically lowers the user's defense. Now, after we go over Dark Pulse, we'll get into the Lucky Skill, which there's 2 main Lucky Skills you can use for LIEPARD. And then, of course, Dark Pulse, which has a small chance of making the target flinch. Does 95 to 114 power, and uses 3 move gauges, but you don't want to use Dark Pulse. I include some Dark Pulse builds just in case, just to show the diversity of the sync grid, but you're really going to mainly use All or Nothing in conjunction with Night Slash. And you'll be able to do some decent damage with the sync move as well. Card Shark Night Slash, which the power of this move is increased if none of the opponent's stats are raised. Again, like, it's a unique kit that LIEPARD has. I don't want to say he's niche, but he can be very niche. Mainly because you just want to use him against opponents that he's going to be super effective against if you don't have better dark types like Karen. I mean, I guess he would be good on a dark type team, because there's not that many dark types in the game. Because the Alolan Persian is just not that great to begin with. It's just not. It's just not. I'm just putting it out there, it's just not. But yeah, so in its passive skill, I think it's pronounced Life? Anyways, it prevents the Pokemon from getting paralyzed, which is nice, but, you know, whatever. So the lucky skills that you want. You want Unbending if you don't want to lower your defense at all, because it prevents you from having your defense lowered. Or Critical Strike 2, because you'll be able to land critical hits more easily with Night Slash, so you'll use Critical Strike 2 to really increase the damage that you're doing with Night Slash. And it has move gauge refreshes, so you'll be able to do more damage quickly, especially with more the speed notes that you get in the sync grid. And you'll be able to make your way to the sync move even more faster, which the sync move does hit pretty hard. 200 or 240, depending on how powered up it is. And as long as the opponent's stats are haven't been raised, it's going to do more damage. So it's an interesting build. It's an interesting kit. Would I recommend using the unit all the time? No. It's a very specific unit to use in very specific situations. But with that being said, Unbending, Critical Strike 2, I would lean towards Critical Strike 2, just because he's not going to be your tank at all, so he's not going to be number 1 in tactics, and he's probably not going to be your major striker, because there are much better strikers in the game, like Karen, who do his job better. Yeah, it's a mixed bag with this one. But we'll go ahead and check out the first, the 1 out of 5 sync grid. And what we're going to do here is, I mean, you can pretty much get all the things. You've got Ridicure 2, which occasionally restores the user's HP when an opponent's attack move targeting the user misses. So when you use, what is it, All or Nothing, and it increases your evasiveness, you're also having a chance to increase the amount of HP you get by having the opponent miss you. And we grab Dark Pulse power-ups, but you can take that away. Grab Night Slash. Bounce Back 5 has a very good chance of raising the user's attack if any of the user's stats have been lowered. So we would take out that one, and Dark Pulse that one, and grab that. And so this would be the preferred 1 out of 5 sync grid. You do get the Night Slash Move Gauge Refresh 3. All these stats, I mean, pretty much all the stats you want, or that are available, you can get. We have 1 remaining energy left over, and we spent 738 orbs on this whole sync grid right here. Remember, this is just if you have 1 out of 5, just 1 copy of the unit. You do get all these defense and special defense nodes, which are nice, but the main ones you want to get are the attack nodes for Night Slash. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. This is our first 2 out of 5 sync grid. So this is a Dark Pulse build out. We've got All or Nothing MP Refresh, the Ridicure. Down here in the bottom left, we've got Snatch MP Refresh 2, and Snatch Catalytic Cure 4, which has a good chance of restoring the user's HP when a move is successful. And we also grab the Dark Pulse Move Gauge Refresh 3. Again, not the best build, but I might as well show you guys the different kinds of builds that you can do with Liepard, just in case in the future something happens to where, hey, we need to do a Dark Pulse build for this guy. They switched him up, and he's really good with doing Dark Pulse now. But until that happens, I'd say something more like this one for 2 out of 5. In the upper left-hand corner, we got Snatch MP Refresh 2. In the bottom left-hand corner, we got Snatch MP Refresh 2 again. Just so you can make sure that you're powering up your stats if you're using the opponent's lowered stats to your advantage. We do have the Night Slash power-ups, the Bounce Back 5, which has a good chance of raising the user's attack if any of the user's stats have been lowered. Of course, we grab the attack nodes that we can get, speed nodes, so you're going to be very, very fast. Yeah, I mean, not too much going on with this one. It's pretty straightforward with Night Slash power-ups. And then the next one, this one's more of like a techie type build, I guess. We've got the All or Nothing MP Refresh 3, so you can raise your evasiveness and your critical hit. Snatch Propulsion 4, which has a good chance of reducing the user's sync move countdown by 1 when the user's move is successful. And of course the Catalytic Cure 4 and the other MP Refresh. So why do we have all the MP Refreshes plus that sync move reducer, countdown reducer? Well, this this build out is meant to be like a semi sync move bomb sort of a build, even though we can't get the 2 sync move nodes yet. But you're going to be able to MP refresh your way down to a sync move as quickly as possible, especially with that sync move countdown reducer. We're also getting a little bit of HP boosting with in conjunction with the All or Nothing. You know, raising your evasiveness so you can miss, so you can get more health that way. Yeah, this is all about lowering your sync move countdown quickly so you can do damage with the sync move. Alright, moving on to the next one. This is going to be our first 3 out of 5 build. It is for Dark Pulse again. But in the bottom right hand corner we also grabbed Indomitable 5, which has a good chance of raising the user's special attack if any of the user's stats have been lowered. So if you have Critical Strike 2, and you use All or Nothing, which lowers your defense, then you'll be able to raise your special attack every time you use All or Nothing. Well, it has a good chance of raising it at least. Nothing's a surefire thing with Liepard, which is part and parcel to Grimsley's character. They sort of geniusly made it to where, because Grimsley's a gambler in the series, so it makes sense that his entire kit is based around a gamble of like what you can do with him. So we've got Ridicure 2 on that one as well. But yeah, we're using up all of our energy, 750 sync orbs as well. What you could do if you wanted to grab that last little bit of power up is take away those 2 speed nodes because he's already fast and grab that last Dark Pulse power up. But yeah, you're not going to use Dark Pulse. Do not use Dark Pulse. Unless they power it up. And I think this was just another Dark Pulse build out, yeah. So this one is going to be a sort of expanded version of that, of like Snatch slash sync move countdown sort of a thing. But we did get I just wanted to see like how could we get all the Snatch things, Snatch nodes, and we could. We got Snatch Move Gauge Refresh 4, along with the 2 MP Refresh 2s, and we grabbed Snatch Catalytic Cure 4, Snatch Catalytic Cure 4 again, and Snatch Move Gauge Refresh 4 again. So you're just really spamming Snatch. So what you could do with this sort of a thing is have a Pokemon on your team that lowers the stats of the opposing team. If you have someone that lowers the physical attack of all the opposing team, and then you're increasing your physical attack when you raise their stats back to normal, then you're going to throw down the sync move. Even though we're not powering up the sync move, you are powering up the sync move by increasing your attack when you return the opponent's stats to normal. So again, it's a weird sort of roundabout way to power up Liepard, but it's something that I guess they wanted to test out with Grimsley. Again, he's a gambler. This is a gamble type of a situation when you use Liepard. Alright, so this one is definitely a really good sync move to use, or sync grid to use for Liepard. We have the Night Slash power-ups over here. We've got the Night Slash Move Gauge Refresh 3, and all the attack plus 10s, attack plus 5s, powering up the physical damage that we can do with Night Slash. Now, what we could also do is take away these speed nodes, and let's see here, we could probably take away that speed node as well, and probably that Night Slash, and do this, so that way we have a good chance of raising the attack if any of our stats have been lowered. So instead of powering up Night Slash by 5, you're also, you have the opportunity to power it up by a little bit more, probably by 6 or so, if you use All or Nothing and lower your own defense, which will raise up your attack. Possibly. It's gamble. I can't stress that enough. It is a gamble. Yeah. So we'll move on to the next one. This one is probably like one of the preferred Night Slash build outs as well. We're grabbing all the Snatch, HP boosters, the MP refresh, move gauge refresh, Night Slash move gauge refresh, Snatch MP refresh 2, grab the speed node. If we rearrange some things, we could probably get that ridiculed or increase our HP when we evade an attack. But yeah, this is just another way to use Night Slash effectively, is to make sure that you're, again, lowering the opponent's attack stats, then raising them back up with Snatch, and also raising your attack stat as well. But for the last one we're going to do is the Sync Bomb build. I think this is going to be a pretty effective build out for you guys too. What we have in the upper left hand corner is the Snatch Propulsion 4 rather, so that your sync move countdown can get lowered by 1 when you have a successful move. Of course, the Snatch MP refresh, so you can really spam that. All the attack nodes that we can get and that are available. Of course, the 2 sync move power-ups, that other Snatch MP refresh 2, and the move gauge refresh 4 as well. So with this one, you're using Snatch, again, making sure that you're increasing your attack as much as can with Snatch. It's such a weird way to power up your move. But if you do this correctly, you should be able to do a lot of damage with the sync move. But yeah, guys, those are some of my recommended build outs for Liepard's and Grimsley's sync grid. Let me know what you guys think about Grimsley and his kit down in the comments below, because it's a mixed bag. Like I said, it's a mixed bag. He's a gambler. You're gambling whenever you use Liepard, which is why people would usually use Karen when they need a dark type. But yeah, guys, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not already, so you never miss out on any of my daily Pokemon Masters content. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Later.